And I'll kind of angle it a little differently since you kind of answered it. But she said 1 week postpartum and currently exclusively breastfeeding. I would like to start pumping so my husband can help feed. What tips or suggestions you have to get started? So I know you recommend a couple of weeks just before you start pumping. So what are some other ways that she can have her husband help if he can't necessarily help that first week with feeding? So what are some other things he can do to help her?
Oh my gosh, I love this part because the dads are always like chilling out there on the other side. And like, there's so many things that you can do to be beneficial to mom. So, a couple of things just after delivery in general, making sure that mom needs to be drinking, she needs to be resting, and she needs to be eating. When we are breastfeeding as well as postpartum, we are typically eating and sleeping. We are exhausted. You could go hours without actually having had something to drink or to eat. So I tell dad that they're put on that duty. So making sure her water pitcher is filled from the hospital or she's got water to be drinking. If she hasn't eaten, feed her, make sure that she's had a snack or a sandwich or something. And when the baby's done feeding, take the baby from mom. You can do the cuddling and the swaddling and kind of putting them to sleep. So that way she can rest, because some of the key foundations for establishing a good milk supply is making sure that mom's healing. I mean, she just gave birth to the baby. So we've got to make sure that she's healing. She's resting as much as possible because she's going to have to be the one up in the middle of the night when the baby is up all night. So she's got to make sure that she's getting that rest. And then she's got to have lots of calories. She's actually going to be eating more calories breastfeeding than what she was during pregnancy. So those are some just basic things there. Also, maybe the baby's starting to give feeding cues and showing that their baby's getting ready to wake up. Mom can go to the bathroom, take her pain medicine if she needs it. Dad can be the one that unswaddles the baby, changes the baby's diaper, kind of gets the baby prepared and ready for mom. So that way, when she comes back, she's, good to go. Also, one of the other thing is burping, so dads can be the diaper changers, the burpers, but then they can be the cuddlers afterwards. They can do skin to skin with baby while mom goes back to sleep. So there's a lot of things that they can do just to be active as far as physically handling and taking care of the baby, but also taking care of mom. And then I call it the family moderator. So, if people are, and, we're not having it right now, with COVID and all the changes going on in the world in general, but, if people are wanting to come see the baby, or drop things off or call, making sure that dad can be that go-to person. So say mom finally got to sleep, they're the one texting or calling and say, hey, now's not a great time. Or can you just drop it off at the front door, or if they're dropping off food or whatever, but mom and baby aren't able, to kind of socialize at that time. And that's one of those things that's an uncomfortable subject, especially with family. So, but definitely, unfortunately, those people aren't going to be there in the middle of the night when mom's got to be up all night to feed a baby. So that's a great thing that they can do and kind of emotionally take that off of mom to where she doesn't feel guilty about not having people be able to come over to see the baby, but I'm tired, I don't feel like getting dressed. So there's a lot of great things that dads can do just to be supportive and help meet her needs to make things a little bit of an easier transition for getting off to a good start.